Hello everyone, I am going to give a basic of mechanics in this lecture. So engineering mechanics, it is one of the most basic subject for the engineering, and the goal of this engineering mechanics course is to expose students to problem in mechanics as applied to plausibly real world scenario. So what is the mechanics? Overview of mechanics. Mechanics, it is the study of the behavior of the body after application of forces. It is a study how bodies react to force acting on them. That is the mechanics. For the second year of for the civil engineering as well as mechanical engineer, there will be the subject like the fluid mechanics, soil mechanics. So in that case, for example, in fluid mechanics, when we are considering or when we will study the behavior of the structure or the body after application of the water force, because most of the structures of the part of the various construction structures are underwater, and there will be the force of the water on that body, and in that case we have to study the fluid mechanics. Then soil mechanics, the various the foundation part are underground, and the load or the force act on the soil, and after application of that force, what will be the behavior of the soil particles. So all that study come under the soil mechanics. But now at this first year level, we have to study this mechanics, where we have to use the various principles of mechanics, Newton's law of motions, right? By considering this, there are two sub branches or two parts we have to study. First one, it is a static, the study of bodies which is in the equilibrium, or we can say it is a statics. It is a sub branch of mechanics which deals with the rest position of the body. And second one, it is a dynamic. It is the sub branch of mechanics which deals with the motion of the body, or when we have to study the behavior of that body or the particle when it is in the motion. But again, there are two sub branches in dynamic. First, it is the kinematics, and second, it is the kinetic. Kinematic concern with the geometric aspect of motion, means we are studying the motion of that body without considering the force which caused that motion. And in kinetic, we are studying we have to study the motion of that body, also considering the force which caused the motion. That is the kinetic. Here also the detailed explanation is also given in this slide. Dynamics, it is a branch of engineering mechanics which deals with the action of forces acting upon the bodies when it is in the motion. Kinetic, it is a branch of dynamic which deals with the action of forces acting upon the bodies in a motion considering mass, or when we consider the force which caused that motion. So as per Newton's second law, F is equal to ma, means either we can consider the force or the mass. And this kinetic is used to predict the motion caused by given forces, or to determine the forces required to produce a given motion. And in kinematic, it is a branch of dynamic which deals with action of forces acting upon the bodies in motion without any consideration of the mass of the body and force causing motion. Means in kinematic, we are not considering the force or mass of that body. We will study only the behavior of that body in terms of the motion. So that kinematic relations are used to help us determine the trajectory and acceleration during motion. So there are various basic technical terms we have to use. First one, it is the distance. What is the distance? It is the path covered, total path covered during the time interval. The quantity, it is a scalar. Unit for distance, it is a meter, and always sign it is a positive. Then second, it is displacement. It is the shortest distance between initial position and final position, and the quantity, it is a vector. Unit, it is a meter. Sign, it depends on the location or the origin, either maybe plus or minus. Velocity, it is the rate of change of displacement, Quantity again it is a vector, unit meter per second, sign again either it may be positive or negative. Acceleration, rate of change of velocity. U quantity again it is a vector, unit meter per second square, sign again either it is a positive or negative. uh, when there is a change of acceleration with respect to time, what it called, it is a jerk. Have you experienced when you ride a bike, suddenly when you accelerate that, the effect which cause, that is a jerk. There is a maybe change of acceleration with respect to time. Next, that is one by one we will study in a detail. Distance, it is defined as total path covered by a particle during given time interval, and it has only magnitude and no direction, so it is a scalar quantity and distance is always positive. Next, displacement, it is defined as shortest distance between initial position of particle and final position of particle during the motion, and it may be positive or negative. And again it is a vector quantity, contains magnitude, direction, number, unit and angle. We will study one simple quiz where you will clear the concept of distance and displacement. Consider a car that travels 8 meter east then 12 meter west, and determine displacement and distance traveled by that car. So here 8 meter east then 12 meter west. So what is the displacement and distance? So there are various options are given. Which option it is correct? So we'll solve here. Consider a car that travels 8 meter east then 12 meter west. So first it is moving towards the east 8 meter, and then again it is traveling 12 meter towards the west. So what is the net displacement here? It is only 4 meter, and again it is in the opposite direction, means it is a negative, that is x is equal to minus 4. So that is your displacement. And what is the distance travel? So 8 meter east. So what is the distance? It is the path travel distance. So 8 meter plus 12 meter, that is the 20 meter, that is your distance travel. Next, velocity, it is the displacement per unit of time, that is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time, that is the velocity. For example, if any body is moving from point A to B and distance is 12 meter, or s is equal to 20 meter,